Hello, everybody. It's Melissa. Thanks for stopping by. How's everybody doing? I hope your summer is starting out great. Hope it continues to be great. Um, our summer in the Northwest has just started, end of June, and we finally got some summer weather. So, hopefully that will, sustain itself all the way through to the end of summer. But anyway, it is almost the 1st of July, so it's time for our planner um, flipping and going into whatever we're going to be using. I've been going back and forth. I'm not sure which one I want to use, but this is what I have. This has been my setup for all of June, and this is my Franklin Covey Compact VDS in the Vinca color. And it is size for Franklin Covey Compact inserts, but I actually have personal white inserts in here because this is actually my favorite color, and it's the perfect color lilac, and I just love it so much. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stick my personal white in there because I was wanting to use those inserts this month, and hey, it works. She's right at the edge, but she's working good. So anyway, basically my setups stay pretty much the same. You know, as far as what I need a calendar, keep track of appointments. I and of course anything else that might be going on because I can't remember anything, so I need a calendar. I need a financial section to also keep track of bills, what's coming out when, paydays, and what's coming out of certain, that kind of thing. Just so that I don't forget anything, because believe me, I will. And then also my medical stuff, so it has my medical information and appointments for that, all the medications I take, all of my chronic conditions, so on and so forth. And then I also just have the personal section that has passwords, phone numbers, and stuff like that. Now I also put in little things for like projects that I want to do around the house or any other wise, just to do list, a continual long running list, and just mark it off as I get each thing done. And just little things like that, cleaning list. That one pretty much stays empty because well, if you know. But anyway, so this is what this setup has been this month. All my little purple pretties that I've got in here. I don't know if you can read this because it kind of gets lost in translation, but well, come on now. That says Melissa. This one I actually had made for me, so I didn't make this one because I can't do the beautiful piping around the edges. But anyway, these are some that I made from some clip art that I purchased off of Etsy. And just download them, put them into my Canva files, and go from there. And then this is my inbox, which means everything. I consider everything my inbox. Everything's in there. I don't have an outbox. I just have the inbox. Another one of my pretties. And then this is, I have the cloth and paper, what is she? Essentials. That's what they call these. Essential dividers in here. So you've got finance, schedule, and then notes and lists. So that's how that is done. She's pretty. I've got tons of purple in here. So this is my financial stuff. Now what I do with my financial, I'm going to try and find some empty sheets so you can see what I do. Anyway, this is what I do from paycheck to paycheck. I budget out of each paycheck. Not per month, but out of each paycheck. That makes it so much easier for me to keep track of exactly what's coming in, what's going out. And then I also keep a calendar, a monthly calendar in this section to write down all the bills that are due and when each month, then mark them off as we go. That is how my brain functions best. And then I also keep a list of all the bills. And then I have a running track of debt payments. And then medical. This is my medical section. And, we can only show so much of that. either, but I have appointment sections. Over here on this other page, I have all of my insurance information, HSA card, everything. You know, so that if I don't have to reach for my wallet if I'm on the phone paying a bill or whatever, or doing it online, I can just flip it over to that page and do it from there. And then this is, oh, and by the way, all of this awesome stuff, most of it comes from Creative Tidbits. She just has the best, she probably has the most versatile set of sizes, including even Franklin Covey's pocket size, which is a very unique size. I don't think anybody else does it. So she does that, and then she has these great inserts for all kinds of things, from trackers, blood pressure log, medication trackers, mood trackers, symptom trackers, you name it, she's got it in that, and it just makes my life so much easier. So that's what I use for those. And then here's some of the trackers with stuff that I've been tracking. I also have these from Dear Planner I've had for a long time. But the things that I usually track are, number one, my blood pressure, my symptoms, my mood, my medication, make sure I'm taking it and not, and then just a few little habits that I like to track, like scripture writing and things like that. So I put that all in this section, because to me, scripture writing and planning and stuff like that, that's self-care. Because it makes me feel good. And so that's my self-care. And then more appointments, medications, doctors, phone numbers. I also have those. And then you go into the schedule section. And I have some dailies here just to scribble things down. And then here is my July. These are, I'm going to talk a little bit about inserts this year too, girls, because we're going to be doing something different. But these are from Cloth and Paper. My personal white inserts are. And I love this layout. This vertical layout is my favorite. So we have that. I have August in here, pretty much already set up and ready to go. Excuse me, July, August, and I think that, I don't know if I put September in here. No, just through August. So I've got all of that in here. Weekly checklist. That's what a blank sheet looks like. I just really love that layout. I really, really do. Pretty little owl. And then this is notes and lists. So this has just a conundrum of things in it, from daily pages just to list of things I want to do. See, just like that. Just all kinds of stuff. I mean, like I said, I have project list in here, just regular note paper to scratch down some things if I want to. That's some of the project papers, and these I get from Dear Planner. That's where I got these from. I really like these. And then this part is the personal part, because it's phone numbers and passwords. So that is what I am currently using. And so my choice is, I've got so many planner, covers now that I like to switch out at least every month. And so to make sure they all get used. I'm sitting in my bed, so I'm trying to not knock you around too much, and I'm trying not to make sure my toes don't get in the, sight, because they're not pedicured. They're just really gross looking old toes. Okay, anyway. So what I'm thinking about going through to this month is this one. And this is one I just bought off Buy Sell Trade for Vendor Specs. This is an amazing planner, ladies. Let me tell you why. Number one, this color is discontinued. I do have this color in a little A6. That's just a Stalogy notebook holder. So I don't really use it that much. And I wanted to get another one in this. It was always a wait list. And so I was just waiting. But then they discontinued it, or just took it out of their lineup. And I was like, are you kidding me? And so, anyway, it's not the first time that's happened to me, by the way. Anyway, so Alicia is the girl that I bought this from. She's wonderful. This thing has so many customizations, it's insane. And I'm going to count them down for you, let you know just how much they are for customization. Front pocket, we are looking at, I think it's right at $80, if not more, to have this added to it. Okay. A4 is another customization, and I'm not sure how much it is, but it's a lot. Then you have this layout here, which is not the normal layout. This is called the Steve layout. So you got some pockets sections going here. That's another spendy little thing you get. She's got 25 millimeter rings in this. I prefer 30, but it's okay. I'll take it. 25, and then it's been widened a bit. Not widened as much as a full Franklin Covey compact size is widened, but enough that it works. So it's been widened. That's another customization that costs money. And then what else? Oh, the squared corners. This costs extra money. So by the time I went in, I'm just like, okay, how much is this with all these customizations? How much would this have cost sweet Alicia? It would have cost her, I think it was like $530, because of all the add-ons, the customizations, because they're not cheap. She sold this to me, and you can look at it and see it is in perfect, like new condition. There's nothing on it. There's no, ink marks, nothing. It's not dirty. It's beautiful. Just like, I got it brand new, and she let me have it for $200. See, I don't mind saying those things. Some people are like, well, I won't tell you how much I did pay for it, but it wasn't a lot. No, I think she deserves a huge shout out for that, because that was awesome. And I was so happy. So anyway, this is one of the ones I'm considering going into, and then so that means I jump back to my Franklin Covey compact size inserts, and I've already got it set up and ready to go, because that's just me. I put a lot of pretties in here. I may put some more pretties in here. I've got Infinite Lotus monthly and weeklies in here. And I've made a few dashboards and things. This looks really good with this color scheme, and so does this one. And then I've got all kinds of other cool little things. I got this one set up a little bit different, because this has the Franklin Covey. I think it's Franklin Covey. This is I think this is cloth and paper. It is, and it's got all these tabs, the CEO tabs in it. So you can separate stuff a little bit better than if you did with, the essentials. But it also takes up more room. So I might leave these in here, or I could also use the vellum dividers that I got from Infinite Lotus, and they wouldn't take up near as much room, which would be very good considering I got smaller rings, so I can't fit as much. I go through my planner a couple of times a month just to kind of declutter it. Because I'm a good clutterer. So I've got task list from Infinite Lotus, list from Infinite Lotus, like these. I've got these from Infinite Lotus, Cornell's, and see these that you can use daily list, whatever makes you happy. So I got a lot of those, and then I got more of these for my financial section. And then I have this, I just stick places, but this will be the calendar for the financial section, not for the actual schedule calendar itself. And this is from, okay, these are Infinite Lotus, these are Creative Tidbits, and then I'll show you the calendar that goes with the Infinite Lotus. So this is what this calendar looks like. So you've got task list, to-do list and stuff here, notes, and just different things, important dates. So it's not as, the boxes aren't near as large as the ones I use for the financial, because all I want to do in the financial one is to write the bills and when they're due. So that's what I do. I do that. And bills to pay. This is another income one that I was using from a Creative Tidbit. And then here's the medical in this one. I have medication logs and stuff from Infinite Lotus, and still have my trackers and blood pressure from Creative Tidbits. So that's most of what you're going to see in this one is Infinite Lotus and Creative Tidbits. Different things. Therapy session notes. Be strong. And then the miscellaneous will also have all the personal stuff in it. So, and then there's the back. So anyway, I do love this. So I can't wait to use it. If I don't use it this month, I will definitely use it next month. So the other two I'm considering if I want to stay in my personal wide size. Now I have a lot of personal wide ring planners from VDS, but I like these more. Some of them I don't, but I like the Franklin Covey compact size more is what I like. It's just easier. It's a little bit shorter, so it's easier to handle. It feels better in the hand than, you know, than a personal wide or a B6 does. And so this is the Janet Leather Violet. It's a weightless leather. If you go to VDS, you have to go to the weightless section. And then I have Parme, which is the same thing as this one, on the inside. Now what I prefer with the Janet Leather, because I have two other Janet, two other Janet Leathers, and both of them have the Vinca on the inside, and this goes so much better with this color. This is coming off kind of blue on camera. I'm looking at it and it's like, color saturation is not correct. So anyway, so I'll either use this one, because I've only carried this one like 1 week one time, and it was right before vacation, and then the rest of the month I was in another one that I took with me. And then this one, which is Parme, and has that beautiful blue nubuck on the inside. I love this. If I were a brave woman, I would get this in a whole planner, just because I love this shade of blue so much. But I am scared to death the nubuck will go nuts because it's like I said, it's like a suede material. If you know what nubuck is, see there? It's like a suede material, and I would hate to spill something on that and just completely destroy it. On the inside, she's pretty safe, but on the outside, she might not be so safe from my mayhem. Okay, so that is the choice. I'm either going to go with one of these and personal wide inserts that are in here, or I'm going to go for Franklin Covey. And if I do that, then I will use one of these next month. If I choose to use one of these this month, this will be next month. So that will be August. And this is just perfect. It's sunshine. It is just sunshine and happiness, and it is one of the prettiest shades of yellow. I don't like a bright in your face yellow. I'm more like a buttercream, you know, type yellow. And this is pretty much what this one is. The color is called Desert, and of course, just because I love the desert, I had to order one in it. That's why I got the little A6. Just because I'm ridiculous like that. All right, so the next thing I want to talk to you guys about, if you're a regular planner and you've been doing it for a while, then you know that this is the month that time of year when a lot of the planners shops start coming out with their inserts. And I pretty much have had it down pat for the last few years what I wanted to do, and most of mine I would buy from Cloth and Paper. I would buy it in personal wide, A6, and personal size. They did not offer a Franklin Covey size, so I would get my Franklin Covey compact size either from May Paper Co. or Infinite Lotus, depending on what shipping was. Well, so Cloth and Paper, don't hate me, Cloth and Paper people, but this just kind of upset me. This year, they released their inserts on the 26th, and what I was really disappointed in was, before, in the past, you could either order the monthly separate, or you could get the combo with the monthlies and the weeklies together. This year they don't offer that, and so as a result, not only have they gone up on the monthly inserts by themselves, they went from 13 something, I think, to 18 something. They also went up on the weeklies that do not include the monthlies anymore. So if you want the whole set, you have to buy that whole set. So for a personal wide size, it was like, I think, $33 or $34 for the weeklies, and then another 18 something for the monthlies. So you're looking at what, 50? I don't do math, but as to where last year, if you got them both together in a set, it was 30 something dollars. So that's a big jump. That's a big jump. So I will not be buying cloth and paper this year, because that's just too much of a jump. But what I do have, I'll have to wait and see about Infinite Lotus. They haven't released theirs yet, so I'm not sure what they're going to be charging. So I'll have to wait on that. But the computer program, not computer program, excuse me, the website that I told you about a few months ago called On Planner, so ON Planner. There you can go on, like I said, and you can sign up. You get a year for like 14 something, right under $15. You pay that one-time fee, and then you got access to everything they have for an entire year for free. And they have it all. They have multiple sizes, multiple designs, anything, everything you can think of, medical, car, financials, everything. The only thing that ever stopped me from using that full time was the fact that I hate cutting weeklies, because I mess them up so bad every time. I don't know why. My brain just cannot comprehend it. So that's the only reason I have not used them. But this year I will be making an exception. I would definitely be using those. But also, I found out Handy Forms. You people, a lot of you may know Handy Forms from Amazon. Well, if you go to their actual website, Handy Forms website, they have a lot more stuff available than what they have on the Amazon shop. And you can get, which I did get, I got a whole monthly, weekly, everything together for the year, for 2026 in the Franklin Covey compact size. It was $17. I think just $17. Anyway, I had a discount and I got it for $14 for everything. Okay, for everything. And the paper quality is not as good as, the bigger shops and everything. But for that price difference, who cares? I mean, really, who cares? When I make my own, I use 32-pound paper. And I like that, of course, the best. But it's just the fact that planning has gotten just way too expensive. And yes, I know I'm one of the worst ones when it comes to spending money on planners, planning supplies, and everything else. I am horrible. But I'm trying to do better this year. I have not ordered a single custom Vanderspec this year. Not a single one, except for this. But it wasn't my custom. And so I didn't pay near as much for it as I would have a custom, okay? $200. And some people are like, that's just ridiculous to pay for something that's going to hold paper. Well, yeah, but when you're an addict, you're an addict. And I own it, okay? So, but this is the most expensive one I have bought. Now, I have bought a couple of, one, two, yeah, I think just two. A couple of Moterms. Both of them were from the Elite brand that they just recently started, so they were cheaper than their originals. And then I also purchased one of the Aurora Estelles. And I think that's all. I did receive 2 this year, but they were ordered last year. It just had a really long, wait time. So I did receive them, but I didn't buy them. So far this year, I have not ordered a single one from Vanderspec. And that's a win for me, I try so hard to be good. So that being said, I'm also trying to be good with my spending on, what I'm spending on inserts and things like that. I've been making most of my deco, using either my Cricut or just my Canva. I've been making most of that. I have just not been. I've bought a few pens this year, but that doesn't come anywhere close to what you spend on inserts and stuff. So I've really been just using what I have because I have so much. It's ridiculous. So, I'm just pulling stuff out. If I want to make a set of it, I'll do that. But I'm making it myself. So the only thing I'm spending is the materials that it takes to make the stuff. So I have saved so much money this year. It's been ridiculous. But anyway, I never get a lot of comments on these videos, but I would appreciate some. I really want to know what people think and what you like and what you plan on doing, and how do you feel about the insert issue and the astronomical prices people are charging for them now. Let me know how you feel about that, because I don't like it. Of course, I'm not in business. I know everything's going up, but there's just got to be ways to, keep it from going up that much. So, I don't know. But anyway, that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me a like, a comment, maybe a subscribe, share me, do something. It's free. I wouldn't ask you to do it if it wasn't free. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week ahead. Bye-bye.